They got a grown man out there lifting weights against women. This is SOS. I'm Squish. SOSReality. We got a nice juicy here. What is it? I'm Squish. This is SOS. I'm Squish.
I'm Smitty.
Please hit the like and subscribe button.
Also leave a comment down below, even if we're
Trash.
on y'all.
And reach down in the description box. See if you can get you some Olympic gold medals in the women's division. Go ahead and test it out. Try it out, fellas.
Let me tell you about the great Gavin Hubbard. Oh, my fault. It's now Laura Hubbard. Transition when he was 35 years old, 8 years ago. So it's 2021 back in 2013. Now, Gavin at the time was I don't want to say failed, but he was a world-class Olympic weightlifter in male sports. So now he made a transition because he feels like a woman now to the female sports. Now, before I get started with that, I'm gonna tell you what his max was, and it was in the clean or the power clean in jerk, right? So you put it over your head, right? It was 300 kilos. If y'all don't know what 300 kilos is, that's 661 pounds. That was his max as a man. Now, he's taking testosterone, transitioned to be a woman. He is known as Laura Hubbard. His max now, as a woman, which shattered the record, was 87 kilos, which is 192 pounds. But they don't know how much he really can do because he just stopped after he broke the record. And he came
so he could probably do more, probably.
A lot more, probably.
So pretty much, long story short, he sounded like he was average in the men's division. Really wasn't dominating. He went to the women's division. He's dominating now.
Yes.
Okay. Are we still arguing that men have a physical advantage over women? Is that in the trash now?
No. Well, okay. This is where we say feminism. It backfires on them, and it hits their own self, it's their own karma.
Yeah.
So they're complaining because he's accepted, because he's the Olympic Committee or the IC, what I forgot, I remember in a minute. They have accepted him to be a transgender woman to compete against regular women. The women that's in the competition are complaining that it's kind of an unfair advantage because his testosterone levels is probably still higher. Now, she's still getting tested, Laura, but they doing it off of testosterone, and his testosterone is meeting the requirements. But I still say it still is unfair because in this regard, he's already been stronger the whole time, his whole life. So it's harder for them to transition and lose that strength as much as it was a kid. If it was a kid, it's a different story. If they're 18, 19 years old, but he's 43 years old.
Yep. Matter of fact, we pulled up a little interview. We got some beautiful bean footage in the back. We're gonna let this play. Let y'all look and see what's going on with this.
Who has the courage to be able to, in fact let's do it now, is that we have a weightlifter in New Zealand who for the first 30 years of their life was a man, then made the decision to transition to being a woman. Wasn't a particularly successful weightlifter as a man, but now is an incredibly successful weightlifter as a woman, and has a chance of winning a gold medal at the upcoming Olympic Games. Had a chance to talk to Tracy, who is a former weightlifter in New Zealand, about why this is not as awesome as it may seem to lefties.
I think the fact that the transition was left to the age of the mid-30s, so 35 years old when the transition did happen. So I think, yeah, the transition that old has definitely had a big difference as opposed to someone who transitioned really young.
I'm pretty sure it's difficult for anyone to argue that somebody who was competing prior to transition in 2013, who was competing but wasn't a medal winner, suddenly becomes a gold medal favourite in a completely different class of weightlifting, that not all of that has to do with technique.
I mean, to be a gold medal prospect at the Olympic Games when you're in your 40s, it's just unheard of, really. And in a strength sport, it's just, yeah, it's very difficult to comprehend.
I don't think it's that difficult to comprehend. You're 40, but you'll biologically have a physical advantage. You're male, it's not that hard to comprehend.
He is the walking steroid.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, is it wrong to say let's keep women's sports, the women's sports, and men's sports, the men's sports? Is that considered, what we're gonna say, chauvinist, misogynist, or whatever we're gonna say nowadays. It's not out of hand to say girls, people born biologically a woman should compete with women. People born biologically men should compete with men. I don't think that's too far-fetched and crazy, but now that's almost considered hate speech, saying something like that.
Now listen to this. Now we already know the statistics, me and you.
Yeah.
That men actually can have up to 30 plus times the hand power than a woman. The average is usually around 18 times. So if you're transitioning from a man to a woman, you're naturally gonna have a stronger hold with your hand strength, right off the muscle.
Yeah.
I mean, even the strongest woman could never get close to the strongest man strength-wise.
We're getting to a point in society where the dictionary almost don't matter.
Yes.
Like we almost have to rewrite words because they don't have the same meaning anymore. People are trying to change the meaning of everything. Like I said, I think this is upside down, but you know me, I stick to meat and potatoes and the natural order of things. Most people don't think like that. So
now my problem with everything is this. Okay, so Laura, you know, she's the one. I mean, they want to compete in this at 40-something years old. Anything in the Olympics, we have never seen, to my recollection, I've never seen a 40-plus-year-old Olympian. That's just in my recollection. Yeah. It's just like, you know, this is the thing too. You know Justin Gatlin, the sprinter. I'm related to Justin Gatlin. Justin Gatlin is 38, 39 years old now. He's still running in these competitions. But everybody knows, because you know he's known for being dirty, taking roids and doing all types of other stuff. Yeah. Nobody expects him to take a race and win it, and everybody's still gonna be looking at him like, dude, you got an unfair advantage some kind of way. We know you're on something. You got caught 2 or 3 times doing this. This is even worse because you're literally the walking steroid. Yeah. Literally, like you're the one. Of course, your testosterone levels might be lower, can test regular, but you're literally the walk-in steroid, ultimate steroid in a woman's.
We can take a retired NBA basketball player, men's division, and take them and send them in the women's division. Don't you think that still dominate?
Even at 50 years old.
Even 50 older, because we have a physical advantage. But up is not down. Up is not up anymore. So
remember, we did one on Hannah. And we did the other one on the basketball player that was 50 years old playing in
Mama Buckets.
Mama Buckets.
Yep.
People, we're just saying. This is why we say you have to draw lines in the sand on everything. If you're going into let and say everything is equal, when we know everything is not equal, that's a problem.
Nature says so, people. This is not a thing of me trying to, like I said, what they call it, patriarchy thing, of me trying to impose my will, or you know, I'm a man. But nature says everything's not equal. No, nature says this.
It's not. And the whole thing is, when we fight against the nature of things, saying everything's equal, a woman can do just as much as a man, that's a lie. And a man can't do as much as a woman. So it goes both ways. And this is one example to where it's going all the way left and it's going off the rails. And this is where feminism don't want to admit to it. Because now they want to complain, but they don't want to admit that some of their ideologies is what is biting them in the butt on some of this stuff like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Womanism. Let me say womanism.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, me and you talk around about that all the time. Why I say it's the version of modern day feminism that they say is feminism. It's not almost even feminism at all. It's like they need to call it masculinityism. It's almost like
Melisandre.
What? Melisandre?
No. Melisandre.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melisandre.
Like a lot of these girls are masculine. This is kind of turning these girls to being like imitate men almost. To be very masculine. So
if y'all know what chauvinist is, Melisandre is kind of the opposite of it. Where it's basically bashes man, we'll put the meaning up there. And it's basically saying it's more of a female hierarchy behind everything. But the thing is, man, like I said, transgenders is the ones that's gonna kill women's sports single-handedly. If they're gonna keep on doing this lie, transgender people will kill female sports single-handedly.
And me personally, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't find it entertaining because I know the result of that. Like, you got somebody with an unfair advantage playing against people. It's not fair.
Now we've been seeing this in track, right?
Yeah.
For example, this year is gonna be the fastest track qualifying races ever in women's history, right? We literally got 3 people running 10.6s, which is unheard of, right? In 1 year. You know, the world record is 10.49 by FloJo. Now, the average male in the elite category of winning the 100-meter dash, and we're talking about the 100-meter dash, is at least running a 9.99. That's at least running a 9.9.
Yeah.
Let's say one-on-one transition. That's at least 10.2 if you take some of the testosterone out of them. At least 10.2. Mm-hmm. Do you know they'll murder that world record that Flojo had at 10.49? I mean, will murder, just demolish it. Yep. So we're talking about stuff like that doesn't make any sense, and why would we do that? Yeah. That's the whole thing.
I actually admire you remember they were pulling up all the girls this year? Mm-hmm. They were moving. Mm-hmm. I admire, like, people just gotta stay in their own lane, and there's no problem with it, bro. Mm-hmm. I don't need to see a grown man out there racing women. Mm-hmm. I don't pull anything out of that, because I know we have a physical advantage.
Yes, all the way. And if y'all don't know why we have physical advantage running-wise, well, we have the hand strength well. But running-wise, women have wider hips to have babies, of course, right? Since men don't really have hips, it makes it easier to move faster. That's all it is right there. That's physical, whatever it's called, biology.
Yeah, biology.
That's biology. So, hey, we're just coming with this topic right here about Laurel Hubbard. That's getting a little 661 Powell
y'all
queen.
got out there.
Man, y'all got on that faces with women. Y'all know y'all wrong with it. Olympic Committee. Y'all know y'all wrong with this. It's called the IOC. That's what's called the IOC, International Olympic Committee. Y'all wrong for that. Y'all know y'all shouldn't be allowing that person to be
I wonder
in this.
What will happen if the females just start boycotting these events when this happens. Because I think in order to, that wouldn't sound like a bad idea if y'all gonna, let this go, boycott them. All the girls need to boycott this event. Like, okay, nah, this is BS.
They need to make some rules to where they let transgenders go against each other.
Okay, I wouldn't mind that. They have their own division.
Yeah, have their own division. Because they can't beat the males, but then they can beat the hell out the women. So, that's not good.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. They get their own division, but they shouldn't be competing. That's a loophole, man.
Yeah, it's a loophole.
That's a loophole.
Some of these dudes some of these dudes are losing. They say, I gotta win at all costs.
Yeah, pretty much. It's crazy to me how you can look on some of them face and they actually count it as a win.
Yes.
Yeah, they actually celebrating and count it as a win. That's nuts to me.
You supposed to, dude. I mean,
hey, but speaking of, I got this one in the girls division. Wrestling girls division. Come on, man. We gotta stop playing with this stuff, man. If you biologically born a man, you need to either compete or they come up their own division. You don't need to be in there with the girls. Sorry.
It's almost bad as Hannah Mancy.
Man, Hannah Mancy was a beast, bro. I want no smoke. None. I don't want smoke.
Run straight through.
I'm 250.
Run straight through you with no problem. But now, this SOS coming with a new topic. I'm Smitty.
I'm Squish.
Hit the like and
subscribe button. Leave a comment down below, even if we're
trash
on the yard.
Go to the description box as well.
Yep, and everybody can be an Olympian, man, no matter what division you want to be nowadays.
The IOC, y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
Yep, I'm trying to encourage Smitty to go out there and play women's basketball with a wig on right now. Go get them buckets, Smitty.
This is our reality, people.
We in the upside down, man. Y'all have a good one.
Y'all have a good one.